Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a potential tropical storm forming in the Eastern Pacific in like the next week to 10 days. And the reason why it's gonna it looks like we could see a named storm in the next week or two is basically because there's an MGO phase that's coming over towards the Eastern Pacific and then into the Atlantic towards the middle of May. And what the MGO is, or known as the Mountain Julian Oscillation, it's basically like convection basically. So just say the MGOs over the Eastern Pacific, there's more like upward motion, there's more lift, there's more like moisture, there's so basically if the MGOs over a certain area, that area is favored for tropical storms. So as you can see in the minute, so it's on May the 10th at the minute, so there is a bit of precipitation in the Eastern Pacific, but not that much. But as we go on into time, you could see that it's like starting to get like there's more precipitation around, and like there's the first landfall there, and it's been showing it on a few runs there. It's 998 millibars, but it looks really like concentrated. It looks like it's got like loads of moisture, and if I look quickly on the relative humidity, it's just like it's like in the deep greens and all that, so it's like it's like very like moist, so there's all like drier in interaction or anything. So that's the first landfall, and then it comes back out of land, and this for the 23rd of May, and then it makes another landfall. But it's showing it is a pretty weak storm, but what could happen is because like the ocean temperatures at that point is like 30 degrees, and the wind shear doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Nah, I don't think it's it's that bad, like between 10 and 15 knots. So models don't really tend to estimate the pressure right, or the intensity right. Sometimes I'd say, oh, it's gonna be like a cat 2, just say in like at 970 odd millibar, right? And then like when it goes on that like rapid intensification phase, it just like goes well and beyond that. Like, so it's really hard, like so the models are good at predicting if there's any like features or like if there's a sign of a tropical storm coming around in advance. But what it's good at doing is forecasting intensity, right? So it's overestimate or the underestimate, and in this case I think if this was to come off like it's underestimating it. I think that could become maybe a Cat 1 maybe, or like a tropical storm if that came off. So it's something to keep an eye on, really. Have a look at the ECM. So this is the vorticity. Basically vorticity spin in the atmosphere. It's like rotation. So obviously the darker the colors, the like the higher on the scale, the more like rotation and the stronger the storm is, really. So for example here, there is a bit of like rotation in like in the 20s. So it's pretty like so there is rotation there, but it's pretty like sporadic. And then as we go on, in the ECM, so on the 40th of May, nothing's really happening in the tropical Atlantic because this high pressure is really close to the tropical Atlantic. So it's not like really favorable really at this point. And as we go on, it just stays pretty quiet, but I do expect this all to change really soon. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on the tropics for the next weeks because of the MGO phase coming over. If you look at the sea surface temperature anomaly on average, so the most of the Eastern Pacific is above average, especially around like towards the southern extreme east part of the Eastern Pacific, and this is pretty like favorable for tropical development. So the sea like surface temperature anomalies are like really warm, 30 to 31 in like some cases, and the Gulf of Mexico is warming up really nicely. So we could see another Gulf of Mexico storm this year. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. And if we quickly look at the MGO forecast here, so I could show you like what I'm talking about here. So the MGO forecast here is still expected to go into the tropical Atlantic. So basically all these lines is like the ensembles, and the black dots the mean. So it is expected to go into Western Hemisphere in like Africa. That's towards the extreme part of the Eastern Pacific into the Caribbean. So there is like a pretty good chance it could happen in my opinion. So in the majority like the majority of the models are going for it here. So it's just like so we could have to keep an eye on. So like some of them are more stronger than others. So basically, the more outside that circle it is, the stronger the MGO is. So the stronger the convection, really. So this one, for example, if it landed in here, that really strong of a signal. But if it's like, just say, find one. Right, if it's like out here, just say like what some of the members were saying here, then that's like really strong. So there'll be a lot of there's like a lot of convection with it. So just gonna have to keep an eye on it. So it's really interesting here, and like this is where it could end up going. So it could get pretty strong, like probably like moderate levels, but we'll just gonna have to wait and see on that. And just before I go quickly, we're gonna look at the wind shear, see what that's looking like. So if we go on the Pansips here, and if I look at the wind shear for the 3-month average, so as we go into August, September, October here, the Gulf of Mexico is becoming more favorable, and even like some parts of the Cape Verde Islands. So it looks like we could see maybe some activity, and like it could become an average to maybe a slightly above average season. But it's really too early to tell. But like on my prediction on my last video is go for like a slightly above average season, and it's gonna all really depend on what's gonna happen with the El Nino, and is it gonna persist after this like westerly trade Kelvin wave burst? Like, will it still be around? Like will it intensify the surface temperature anomalies, or like will it not be as strong? So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss another upload. So yeah, it's like a pretty interesting in the Eastern Pacific, and I hope you can tell the difference in the mic quality, because I'm using the Ice Snowball mic. So hopefully the audio is a lot better than what it was on my headset. So okay guys, please like, subscribe, and I will be back with another video tomorrow.